fucking voodoo. If you were a murder victim, tell me what would you do? If you woke up in another dimension, we'll call it suspension, where all the demons been peeping and creeping. You hear a voice that reminds you of your father. Maybe I could spare your life, why should I even bother? So you fall to your knees and you start to beg, but then you notice he ain't listen to a word that's been said. He points to your throat and suddenly you can't breathe. You start to writhe in fear till you feel it release. You know, I really don't like you. It's time for you to take a tour of my domain. A little fly through the floor falls out from beneath your feet as you feel the growing sounds of a million screams. Now you're plummeting through the depths of hell. The worst part ain't the heat, it's a horrible smell. Oh my fucking god. Everyone is here. Everyone I know is here. I am the deceiver at night, feeding off the anger in your eyes. I am the deceiver at night, feeding off the anger in your eyes. I am the deceiver at night, feeding off the anger in your eyes.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Wood. This is the Morning Wood where you get wooded good because that wood is so good. Yes, it is. And it is Thursday, February 27th, almost the end of the month. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. We're going to March, and I'm going
It's
to
a leap year.
Actually, yeah, it's a leap year. So there's a February 29th this year.
Oh, shit. There is?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
That means
I forgot last night. My kids reminded me, so don't feel that bad.
my friend's sister finally gets one of her rare birthdays because she was born on the 29th on a weekday.
I never understood that. I get that they celebrate it on the 28th or whatever,
God.
but
Look, is that the real one? Is that really her in the chat room?
Yes,
Check the
that is
channel.
her.
yep, that's you.
That is her.
That's her. Your boyfriend's not here. So
Why is she stalking me all of a sudden?
she's looking for Shabby.
This is glorious.
Hold on a second. Shabisky can't be on the show, but he can be in the chat. I don't know about that.
What's up with that? What's up with that, Shabisky? I can't make it. I think he's afraid of Ben. That's what I think. Hey, Ben gave him too much shit last night, and I think he's afraid of Ben. He's a pussy. Red Eye, Shabisky's a pussy.
Well, I'll just take my job back. You're fired, Shab. Bye.
Yep, you're fired now, Shab. Red Eye is back. You're gone, nigga. But by the way, we are joined with the lovable, beautiful Ben Pie today. Hey, Ben.
Hi, everybody. This is early for me. Very early.
Well, it's about time you got your ass up and come on the show. Damn.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get up.
It is hard. I'm very hard. Oh, right.
Oh, damn.
I wish Shabby was here, though, because, man, me and Ben have fun picking on his ass.
He's here in spirit.
He's our little bitch boy. I swear he is.
Well, I love to bully the mentally ill. So that's kind of my thing.
You got to pick on him mentally.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He's in there. People bully me too much. Fucking PT. And see, there you go, right there. This is the point I want to prove. Look, PT Ham's in the chat room, right? You notice PT Ham is not a moderator. He is my biggest fucking supporter. One of him and Landon are my biggest supporters. And PT is not a moderator. See, Shabesky, you don't have to give everybody that gives you $1 a fucking modship.
Yeah. It's like you're selling mod status. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Mods should be people that you trust, not people that pay you.
Yeah, and I've heard from some of your other mods that they tried to ban spammers in your chat, but they were also modded.
Yes, that happened. I seen that. She said she was going to ban a fucking spammer, and it was a mod. It was spamming your chat.
Mm-hmm.
Red Eye
That's
would
some
blow
Jared
a fucking
Genesis.
gasket.
Yeah, we discussed all the ways Shabisky and Jared Genesis are similar to each other.
Oh, damn.
Like how a bunch of trolls are the mods, and like more than 25% of the people watching are modded, and then the fact that he never changes his clothes.
Yeah. And he's also an incel.
Yep, that too.
I swear to God, Red Eye would blow a gasket if that happened in my chat. If I allowed that in my Red Eye would kill me.
Mm-hmm.
At least we know what Jared's haircut looks like, though. Shabisky trying to bribe everybody for $500 just to see his hair.
Yeah, I'll take my hat off for $500. That's what he said.
Where I come from, they call that unscrupulous conduct.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that word too. Unscrupulous.
He's unscrupulous. Yeah, unscrupulous.
That's a beautiful word, Red. I thank you for making my dictionary bigger.
You're welcome.
I didn't use the right words. I said my dictionary. I meant vocabulary.
My penis.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for making my penis bigger. I don't know if that's possible, but you're welcome.
If you get a penis pump, it probably is possible.
I don't know. We're talking about the angry Tic Tac.
It does.
Just see that accepting look on his face. It's like, yep.
Yeah, it's small. I have a tiny penis. I'm proud of it. But smaller the Peter, the better the eater. I'm just saying.
Oh, damn.
Well,
you got rhymes for everything.
I do. I rhyme all kinds of shit, man. Just smart. What did I used to say? Smaller the dick, the better they lick. Yeah. Well, and if you, oh gosh, shut up, Shani. Why are you here?
She's got experience,
I'm gonna have to have a look at chat now. I'm intrigued.
I also mentioned that to Shabisky that it's kind of weird that it's his show and his channel, yet he never does the talking. Like, it'll be other people on his show doing all the talking, and then there might be a pause in the other people talking, and then Shabisky goes, and then the other people start talking again. Hey, Tommy, why don't you come on my show and run my show for me, Tommy?
He's in love with Tommy, dude. He is.
I know he is.
He wants to suck Tommy's big old junk. Yeah. I swear he does. I love Tommy too, but I ain't want to lick his butthole like that.
It's the Tommy from the Bronx show. It's not Shabisky's show.
I know.
You need to rebrand.
Just rebrand Tommy from the Bronx. Sometimes Shabisky's on. Seriously, it's Tommy's channel, Shabisky. I'm sorry, but it's Tommy's channel.
Rev says hi to you, Ben.
Oh, hi, Rev. Is Rev watching right now?
He must be.
Rev, it's not a baby carrot. It's not a baby carrot, buddy. Huh. It's maybe a gherkin.
Yeah. Genetics. It's all genetics. Eastern European. We get it.
That's my dick.
I'm Eastern European partially, but I don't think going to your genetic heritage is the best way to be like, yeah, this is my dick size. I don't think that works.
No, dude. There's some big dick people in my family, and I have a little dick. So
statistically, it's Middle Eastern or like Arabs that have the biggest.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been with an Arab man.
Well, you got to do it now, right?
Gonna have to do this for science, guys.
Yeah.
For science.
Because there's you another tourist. And you know what I'm talking about.
You're a jackass.
Ben, you've seen the South Park episode where he sticks the gerbil up his ass and the gerbil run around.
Got like the lamp on his head.
He's got the little candle on
it. Like gerbil skeletons laying around.
Yeah, there's like dead carcasses of gerbils laying around. So me and Shabisky did a tour of her vagina that way the other day.
Yeah. There's carcasses and shit.
Yeah, there's carcasses. Lemmy Weeks. Yeah, there you go, Lemmy Weeks.
Lemmy Winks, I remember that. That was great.
That was the fucking
Make haste.
Yeah, that was an amazing episode. South Park is probably one of the greatest shows, if not the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but that sounds like boomer talk to the younger people. Actually, they think most people, South Park is kind of slowly becoming what The Simpsons ended up being, where like
really
not as many people watch it anymore. I still love it. I watch it every season.
My kids watch it.
Here's the big difference between The Simpsons and South Park. The creators of South Park are very consciously and going out of their fucking way to try and get themselves banned off the air by doing more and more outrageous shit. I have that on fairly good authority from someone who may know them. And that is the difference. The guys over drawing The Simpsons, they desperately want to stay alive.
Yeah.
The guys running South Park basically don't give a flying fuck. And that's why shit is just getting, like, the integrity shit. Oh my fucking God. That's
they almost got in trouble with the Muhammad thing. That was like the big thing that they got in trouble for. But one thing I will say about South Park is South Park's been on for what, like 20 years, 22 years, something like that.
Easy.
I'm pretty sure the same people making it from the beginning are involved now, whereas The Simpsons, mostly only the same people are like the voice actors, but all the animation people are my age that were in like the 4th grade when South Park came out.
And the writers have all moved on as well. I think you're right there.
Yeah.
But
Conan O'Brien was one of the head writers for The Simpsons at one point.
Absolutely. And that's when The Simpsons were fucking awesome. But the other thing about South Park is that historians will literally be able to use it to look back upon this period and watch South Park episodes, and because it's social commentary. They don't pull any punches. Like the fucking episode where Stan's mum's freaking out about all the kids being shot, and then right at the end she stops giving a shit. That's a really good sort of social commentary on the America and gun laws and the whole attitude towards massacres. It's like, it's frighteningly fucking spot on. When I'm on the outside looking in at the bubble called America, and I'll watch South Park and it just mirrors the current events, and they don't give a fucking shit. They really don't give a shit. And that's why it keeps getting better and better, in my opinion. They're not scared to do anything now.
But you are a boomer, though.
Yeah, oh, fucking oath I am. I'm middle-aged. Yeah. First one. I'm 47 fucking years old.
I think like the younger generations all clung on to Rick and Morty, right? That's what.
Never watched an episode ever.
Man,
I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, I don't know. I don't get it.
I haven't really watched an episode, so I wouldn't say, but to me, it would just be unbelievable if they're as good as South Park. I mean, really.
That's the other thing about South Park. Remember in the Wayback Machine when they had the superhero episode, they actually drew Muhammad, but they weren't putting him in a bad way. They were drawing him in a positive way. They didn't hide his face. Never heard a peep about that. Did you remember? Does anyone remember the Middle East losing their shit about that particular South Park? No, because they fucking did not lose their shit.
They didn't care.
They didn't care because it wasn't portrayed in a negative way. They just didn't fucking care.
And they got in some shit here a while back, right? About the Chinese thing.
Oh, yeah. Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
Do you think they give a shit?
Nah, dude. That's why I love them. One of my favorite episodes is the Scientology episode. I fucking love that one.
Dumb. Oh, no. That was the Mormon episode. The dumb.
Yeah,
the atheist one was brilliant. The fucking, the 2 different factions of the atheists, like the otters and the fucking, oh God, that was funny as fucking. Cartman's trying to get himself a game console and he tried to freeze himself. That's right.
We know what boomers is, Dark Master, but just like with everything else, language is fluid, and boomers is taking on a whole different meaning. It really has.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the rare time I agree with anything the Dark Master says. But I mean, as we know, people create new definitions for things.
Yes.
I don't like it, but. Look
what they did with cut, right? I mean,
look what South Park did with the word faggot. To me now, I see someone riding a fucking very loud, obnoxiously built, covered in chrome Harley Davidson that's about 250 decibels as it screams past you and I go, what a faggot.
Yep.
Yeah. To me, that's a faggot now.
Yeah. So, and to them, like anything a boomer is anyone over 30, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
when there's multiple generations within there.
Yeah, and I completely disagree with you there, Dark Master. You don't like a more because words do change. I mean, look what we did with the word gay, right? It originally meant happy, then it meant, homosexual people. Now people pretty much use it for like, oh, that's gay, not even thinking about homosexuality.
Like an insult.
Right. Yeah, like motherfucker, right? You're
like
not really saying people fuck their mothers when you call them a motherfucker. It's just an insult.
Right.
Well, to retard.
Yeah,
like
retard.
the term retard, that was just like what, to regress, to go backwards?
Yeah.
Well, my engine's timing is retarded. Legitimate use of the fucking word retard. And if anyone ever gets upset at me for saying that, fuck off.
It's just true.
Yeah, that's why when I say gay and someone gets offended, I'm going to be like, how do you know I'm not talking about happy? How do you know I'm not saying that's happy?
Well, even my kid, I was talking about something because I just recently bought him a car because he's going to be turning 16 this year. And I was looking in the engine with him and I called the transmission a tranny. I was like, oh, it's over there by the chin. He was like, what did you just say? And I was like, the tranny. He's like, Mom. And I was like,
oh, wait.
It's a fucking transmission. Like, that's what I grew up knowing it as.
Yeah, they say.
I'm not saying that the fucking car engine has a fucking gender or a sexuality. Like, what? Use your fucking brain, child.
Got one better. Now, what if I told you here in Australia, I'm going to go and sit down on the couch, put my feet up on a poof and listen to the tranny? What would this generation do to me? What I just said is I'm going to sit down on the couch, put my feet up on a footrest and listen to the fucking radio. And that's how my grandfather's generation used to speak. We used to have these things at my granddad's place. They were called poofs. You put your feet on them.
Well, they used to call transistor radios trannies. That's what they used to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
language is fluid.
Yes, language is very fluid. It does. I mean, and when people get all pissed off and shit, it's just, I mean, who gives a fuck?
Language is fluid to everyone aside from people who try to ban words. Now there's these words that no one can say unless it fits into your demographic, and the words can have different meanings.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and I think, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just if you get offended over a word, you got too much free time on your hands, man. Like, seriously. It's just a word. It doesn't actually hurt you. The concept behind it might, but then you argue the concept, not the actual word.
But you're also giving the word power. Like, if you don't give it power, it's not going to hurt you.
The other night in the DP post show, Shabisky said the N-word, and we all acted like we were really offended, and then PT Ham said, I don't care. And then I'm like, no, PT Ham, you need white people to tell you what to be offended by.
Yeah, but PT Ham's an Uncle Tom, according to Shabisky.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Called him that the other day.
He basically called PT Ham Uncle Tom.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's true.
Yeah. He really didn't, but I said he did.
Uncle Tommy Sotomayor.
Uncle Tommy Sotomayor. That's good. I like that.
Here's the thing about language and shit. Let's say I'm talking to Landon and we're standing at the front of my place and I point to my new Bromeliad and I go, that's a strawberry shortcake. And Landon goes, oh, I'll humour you for the rest of this conversation. That particular plant is now a strawberry shortcake. No big deal. I've just fucking relabeled it. We're both talking about an object. We both know what it is. Doesn't matter what the label is. So repurposing words and using boomer as a generic term ain't no thing but a fucking chicken wing. Who gives a shit? It's like I have embraced it and I call myself a boomer constantly now because I'm a 47-year-old, technically illiterate fucking boomer.
Well, me and Ben talked about this the other night, and you're there, and most of the people here, at a certain age, you just stop really giving a shit.
Yeah. I ceased to give a fuck after my dad died. A lot of the shit that I used to get really upset about, I couldn't give a flying fuck about. I deleted my Twitter account because it doesn't matter. None of that shit fucking matters. There's like gardening, playing the guitar, looking at porn. Much better uses of my fucking time.
If I didn't stream on YouTube for a living, I would not have a Twitter. I would not have social media shit.
I hate it.
Twitter is a nightmare, and I feel sorry for you guys having to deal with it because I understand why you do it. It's promotion shit, and I didn't have to put up with it. Yeah. And it was my feed was just a flood of adults and present company excluded, but there was a lot of people that I've been on their shows. adults acting like it's kind of like Lord of the fucking Flies at the moment in the circle that I travel in. So I'm just stepping the fuck back and doing a spot of gardening, and I'll let the kids fight over the pair of glasses to light the fire. Have fun.
Well, when I use Twitter, it's and Facebook. Well, Facebook I don't use at all. All the way I use Facebook is for the YouTube shit. I send that on that way, and that's about it. Twitter I do to keep kind of out there where people will notice me and stuff. But other than that, when I'm not doing this shit, like working on this or tap or whatever, I'm watching Netflix or something. I ain't fucking with no social media. I hate that shit. Absolutely fucking hate it. And because it's just it's cancer, dude. It's just poison.
But there are some people whose entire social lives are that. Yeah, like I'm not against you having online friends, even ones that you've never met in real life. That's cool. Like that's just the nature of how we are today with the technology. But to be like constantly engaged with it, like that's all that's your entire social life. You need to get out and go somewhere and meet somebody.
Yeah, and then those people don't know how to act when they get out in the world because they don't socialize. So when they get out in the world, they're like take Jared Genesis, right? His own dad admitted he never gets out of the fucking house. He's always on the computer. Mm-hmm. So you put that sumbitch into real life, he's gonna be creep people out because all he knows is this.
Right.
And it's fucking weird, man. And I couldn't do it. I cannot do it.
It's sad.
I have to talk to people in real life. I do. And I it's just, no, fuck that shit.
I mean, I guess this is social interaction, but it's just not the same. Like you need that actual physical presence.
Yeah. Ever noticed through webcams, you can never actually make eye contact with somebody because when I'm looking at everybody, I'm looking at a camera, so I can't see your eyes. Right. So you can't fully make eye contact through this medium.
You like both stare at the camera, and then you're just weirdly staring at a dot.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Weird.
I mean, this is what I do, like to make money and stuff. So I have to do this and I have to interact. But honestly, when I'm not worried about this at the moment, I'm not online mostly. I'm doing other things. Yeah.
When you're not at like I bartend. When I'm not at work, I don't go to work for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, like it's a bar, it would be fun. But even if I were to go to a bar, I'd go to a different bar.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to go to my bar.
And as somebody who does this, he knows this thoroughly. We have to deal with a lot of shit that people don't even see. You constantly get messages. You're constantly getting people fucking coming at you. And so it becomes the internet becomes something different if you do this. It really does. It becomes something different for like what it is for just somebody out there watching videos. It's different for us because we have to deal with shit y'all don't have to deal with. It gets ridiculous. So that's one reason I hate social networking. What's the matter, Missy?
I just got a message from my sister. I'll deal with that after. Go ahead. I'll deal with it after.
Okay. Hope everything's up. But Red Eye is a social genius, social network genius.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He created Discord. A lot of people don't know that.
Until I started doing this, I wasn't aware how many people literally live their entire lives in front of some form of screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like their entire social life is a Discord server or whatever. I just don't. There's no real. You don't ever really know those people.
Nah, dude. And then when you actually meet them, sometimes they turn out to be assholes, like really bad people, like Missy.
I know.
Missy's bad.
Such a fucking cunt.
Well, she said it. I didn't, but she is a cunt.
Oh, really?
So is Red Eye.
Yeah, I'm very antisocial actually. I rarely go out. I like gardening and I like talking.
He's an ecosexual.
To the missus. Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos that likes plants. Floor.
Yeah. Dude, that is the one group that I do kink shame because it's stupid. If you're fucking the ground or a tree or a bush, you're a weird motherfucker. People say don't kink shame it. Fuck that. I'm going to shame it.
The ground can't consent. The ground
No.
can't consent. You're raping the earth.
You're literally raping the motherfucking earth. That's right. It's bad. Like people, it's just bad. It's a living organism.
I'm a heliosexual. I just want to
Whoa.
fuck the sun,
Oh god.
Damn.
burn my dick off.
Wow.
I'm an oxygen sexual. I like fucking the air. Just throwing my dick in the
Just
air.
humping around.
I'm just humping the air, man. Just walking constantly.
That's what I never understood. My ex, right? He used to do this weird fucking thing where he would come out of the shower and just start like flapping it up and down. Really, doesn't that shit hurt? I always wondered that. Does it hurt?
Well, it could hurt if you do
Why
it
do you
too
do
hard.
that? Like it doesn't look good. It doesn't look. It
The
looks fucking
helicopter is
weird.
fun, Missy.
The helicopter is fucking awesome. Thank
If
you
I tried
very
to
much.
helicopter my tits, I'd get fucking black eye.
Yeah, but most of our penises aren't that big, baby.
That's true.
I mean, you got goddamn bazookas.
All right, we're gonna move on from this conversation.
Oh, by the way, yes, my ad friendly. It is easy to meet people online that's like-minded and all that stuff. And there is good parts to being online on the internet. We're not saying the internet is always awful, horrible thing, but it is a double-edged sword. I mean, it really is. It's good in various ways and it's bad in various ways. So,
I think it's easier to meet people online because you don't have to be yourself. You can be whoever you want. Like you can lie to them completely and not show who you are.
to me, that's a problem, though.
Right, but
Yeah.
that's what everyone's fucking doing.
Yeah, I mean, like, think of all the people that use cartoon characters for their profile pictures instead of their real face. You know?
Aw, gee whiz. Gosh, mate.
But it is hard to know who is real online. It really is. Like who's being real, who's being not. And the one thing that I really hate is motherfuckers that come on here and like judge me and Ben or anybody who does this kind of shit that we do, yet they don't have the balls to do what we do.
Nope.
They don't have the guts to get up here and do what we do. And because we know that we're going to get shit. We know that we're going to, and we're brave enough to fucking take that shit. But yet these little cowards out here want to fucking run us down and talk shit. It's annoying.
Well, here's the thing. They talk shit, and then if you respond to them, for some
Trigger.
reason, you started it. You want drama.
Oh, yeah.
You're the one causing drama. It's like, hold on a second. So you and then they do the you mad.
Yeah, you
I
mad, bro.
dealt with one of these yesterday. I just turn it around on them. I start doing it back to them because you can't prove a negative. So you can't be like, no, I'm not. I used to fall into this trap and be like, I'm not mad. How do you know I'm mad? Now I just go, you're mad. I think you're the mad one. It seems like you're really mad. And then they start getting all defensive. It's hilarious. Just turn that back around on them. Do the you mad back at them.
Yeah, and if you do ever respect, because we are, I mean, I know that it's because you don't get that human emotional attachment. We are just human. So if you say something to me, sometimes I may respond. I may say, hey, go fuck yourself.
They talk shit and then they get offended when you respond and then
Yeah.
go and goof with their buddies about how mad they made you.
Yeah,
It's like,
how
just because I
triggered.
respond doesn't mean I'm mad. If you do the
Yeah.
mad thing to me, I'm just going to do it back.
Yeah, you're triggered, man. No, I'm a human being responding to you.
Right.
And
Hate
getting me mad, well, that's pretty easy because I'm this mentally ill fucking guy from Australia that you can push buttons on that are big and red and shiny, and you get that predictable response because I'm fucking crazy. and you know, so to those people that do that, no big achievement. It's like you're playing fucking putt-putt. It's like, nice one.
Yeah.
They give me predictable responses too, though. Like, however predictable they think I am, they're just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
And by the way, Pimpmunk, I do want to call out 006. That's a troll, and you have them modded in your chat. Just
They
pointing
put-
that out really
He's
quick.
been a mod in my chat for like 2 years, dude. He's never trolled here. I swear he hasn't.
Troll.
He's a sweet boy. he-
Okay. Well, I'll send you some examples. How about that?
Okay. Okay. No, it's
All
fine. He's
Another-
never tried me. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say another catchphrase that kind of like is meant to trigger people is "You okay?" I see that
Oh,
one a lot.
yeah.
Like
Yeah. You
they'll
okay?
type this really annoying thing meant to elicit a response, and they'll be like, you'll respond and be like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. You okay?
Yeah. Another thing I get is the trolls that'll go around talking shit about me in different places, but when I respond to them and show them how they're lying, they ignore me. But then they keep going around being like, Ben won't address this fucked up thing that everyone says. And then I'll be like, here it is, I'm addressing it. And I'll send them like links and be like, so fuck you. And then they'll just never respond, like they never saw it. They'll act like they don't know what I'm saying. But normally they just ignore it and just keep doing it.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw out
You ask
false
for proof
accusations,
and they have nothing, and they change the subject, and they can't prove anything.
Right.
well,
but they
it's
just
easy.
keep on going with it.
It's really easy to throw out false accusations on people, and not because once you throw it out on the internet, people grab a hold of it, and they have no proof. I mean, I know a certain person who every time he gets mad at someone, they're a sex a deviant in some way. I mean, in some way, they're a sex deviant. Everybody who's ever been mad at is a sex deviant.
Well, that's the trendy thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that's what they do, and then because they know that there's a certain segment of people that are inclined to believe that when they hear it at face value every time.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's true.
That's why Brett Keane uses that.
Yeah,
to smear anyone he's feuding with at that point.
Oh yeah, that's true. A lot of people do it, and then like, well, show me proof, and they can't do it. It's ridiculous, and it's easy to say somebody said something, because if you say somebody says something, then you really can't prove it. I mean, unless you got screenshots or something, but you can fucking Photoshop that shit and make that shit look. Yeah. So you got to be real careful to believe some of these accusations, because the worst thing you can call somebody in today's society is a sex
$300.
I mean, everybody knows that.
Here's the thing, though. Once the well is poisoned with that, then you get the people. I mean, it's the first impression is the only one that matters. Like even with Pro Jared, people poisoned the well with him being a sex offender when all that was going on was he had some drama in his personal life. But some people wanted to gain clout, so they made up a bunch of shit about him being a sex offender. And there's a bunch of people that still believe it, when now you can look back and see that it's all been disproven.
Yeah.
Like, all that happened was he had drama in his personal life. He didn't do anything that was actually illegal or anything like that.
Well, a lot of it comes from these disgusting women who use it because they got their heart broken, or someone won't take them on a date, or they won't buy them this, or they yelled at them, and then all of a sudden it's, he raped me when he didn't do shit, and now you're giving actual victims a bad name because no one will believe them.
That brings up something really interesting that I just watched the other night. David Silverman used to be the president of American Atheists.
Yeah.
Did you see the recording?
I haven't, but I've got a feeling that he's going to be vindicated, maybe, kind of, sort of.
He's vindicated, but just like I said earlier, the well is poisoned already. There are people that are forever going to look at him as a rapist. And a pervert, just because the idea was out there, and he got fired from his job because of it.
And he was vindicated, by the way. The female judge kicked that bitch out of court, man.
Dismissed it,
It's disgusting for a woman to act like that and say it, because that's serious.
He was president of American Atheists. He had some sort of BDSM thing going on with Matt Dillahunty's wife. She later on accused him of assault, and without any type of due process, he was fired there. And then he got another job at another atheist organization like a year later, and he's hanging out with some friends at a party. He puts his hand on a woman that was his friend that invited him to the party's back, and then she accuses him of sexual assault, and he gets fired again. And there's a secret recording that he just released recently of the hearing where this second woman is accusing him of harassment. It's like a hearing for like harassment, and it's so ridiculous. It gets thrown out by the woman judge at the end because there's no harassment. She made it sound like it was dumb.
Yeah, she was very. From what I'm hearing, she was not very articulate and just didn't sound. It just didn't sound believable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adam,
David-
I just want to say, I don't think David was part of Atheism Plus. You're thinking of what was fucking PT? No, what was was it Myers?
Yeah, PZ Myers.
PZ Myers. PZ
Yeah.
Myers. Now, that guy's a fuck stain on humanity. And the fucking, what was that? Elevator Gate?
Yeah,
Fucking, what was her fucking name? She's a massive
Watson.
cunt.
Like
Yeah,
Watson.
yeah. She's a cunt. And PZ is a complete and utter fuckwit. And I've dealt with PZ in the Great Debate Chat. We were making a bunch of really bad jokes, and a couple of them were creeping into rape joke territory. And he fucking went, no one should make rape jokes. And I went, you can fuck off and be the comedy police somewhere else, PZ, you fucking cocksucker.
Yeah,
Fuck
PZ
you,
's a piece of
PZ.
shit.
You're a piece of shit.
I agree. Now, I also want to say, like, when we were talking about people lying about the sex man, now then there's people like Jared Genesis who literally said the shit he said, right?
Right.
That's the kind of people you need to go after.
Mhm.
Because everybody
Well,
heard him say that.
Right.
Instead, I got people defending him
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
That I'll never understand.
And sorry,
Never.
Ben, I'll cut you off then. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't a confusion between the Atheism Plus fuckwits
Oh, yeah.
and
You're right.
Silver and because they're legit atheists. They're the people that are keeping religion out of your schools. They're the
Mhm.
people that are going to keep fucking the separation between church and state. You want to support people like Silverman because he's actually doing the fucking work. The Atheism Plus clowns,
Yo.
they're the fuckwits who went atheism plus feminism, atheism plus blah, blah, blah. It's like, how about you fuck off with the plus shit, you fuckwits.
Yeah,
Anyway, sorry about
no,
that.
No, that's fine. Because they did. Somebody in the chat room did accidentally mistake Atheism Plus with what we were talking about, and Atheism Plus was a fucking joke, dude. It was trash. And PZ Myers is a piece of shit. I don't like PZ Myers with a fuck. He can suck my ball sweat.
Ew.
Yeah,
Like-
there was this era of unity with atheism for like a few years, and the Reason rallies were really big and had huge attendance.
Yeah.
And then the Atheism Plus, where it's like atheism plus feminism that was trying to be forced on everyone who wasn't a feminist,
Yeah.
with all these weird rules for the conventions and stuff. And I'm not talking about regular anti-harassment rules, just all this weird shit.
Weird shit.
When all that happened, there was a rift. I remember Thunderfoot got accused of being a perv by somebody. I remember Lawrence Krauss went to one of those atheist conventions, was accused of being a perv.
Oh,
It
that's right.
you know,
You just reminded me. Thunderfoot was sent. He joined the Atheism Plus crew for about 2 weeks, and they kicked him off the forum. But they didn't fucking remove his access to some part of it. So he was reading all the shit they were talking about him behind the scenes as well. They are the fucking. It's the tiger that fucking chases its own tail. It's the dragon that ate itself. It's a classic example. It's basically one of the first examples of get woke, go broke. Before we knew it was get woke, go broke.
I also want to get, because my Streamlabs isn't working right for some reason. I haven't. I got to thank you, PT Ham, for the $30 tip, man. Appreciate it very much. It didn't pop up on the screen.
Thank you, PT.
But yeah, dude, it's it happens with every movement. I think we were talking about this the other night too, me and Ben. It happens with every movement. There's good movements, and then all of a sudden these fucking retards show up and fuck it up. Look at Black Lives Matter. Look at the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement was a good movement. It was a really good movement, and then it got out of fucking hand.
then it became a hobby. It became
Yeah.
the hobby of a bunch of people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Me Too movement got people that like Cosby down. It took whatever his damn name is,
Weinstein.
Weinstein. Yeah, took him down. That's good shit. But then you start going after people who like Louis C.K. who just
Neil
jerked
deGrasse
off.
Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, exactly. But like Louis C.K., he asked people, "Can I jerk off in front of you?" The people would say yes, so he did it. What the fuck did he do wrong? He really didn't do anything wrong. He said, "Can I jerk my dick off in front of you?" Then, yeah, so we can do it. I mean, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson, Matt Lauer, the fucking Today Show host. I don't think he did anything. But now there's a lot of them that has, and that's the reason I supported the Me Too movement until it got ridiculous. It became like a duck hunt.
Look what happened to Johnny Depp. All right. Now it's all coming out in the wash now. For years, he lost Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. He fucking lost that plum roll, which would have lasted him till the day he fucking died, and he would have been incredibly wealthy. And he lost that. He lost a whole bunch of shit, and for a few years, he was considered a wife-beating piece of shit. Well, have you seen the photos of Johnny lying in the back of the ambulance with his fingertip cut off after fucking crazy lady went and chopped it off? And have you heard the tapes of her abusing the fucking shit out of him because he's trying to ring his friend to fucking get help to get the fuck out of this? She's a monster, and that's all coming out in the wash now. But do you think
If you cut off my finger, I will not, like, I don't care if you're a woman, I will fucking punch you in your head.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'd fall to the ground screaming, especially if it was on my left hand where I play guitar. I go, oh my God, I'm Tony, I'm Omni, oh my God.
Well, you know, that happens. Like, look, of course, I don't advocate for violence against anybody, especially women. But like, I watched this video the other day on Twitter where it was a couple high schoolers. The girl kept grabbing his backpack. He kept trying to walk off. She finally turned him around and she knocked the fuck out of him. Well, he hit her back. He hit her back. And when he did, about 20, 30 people ganged this motherfucker. You don't hit a girl and started beating the shit out of him. He was defending himself.
Have you seen the one I saw? It was one of the last things I saw on Twitter. It was footage from an American school, and this African-American dude, he's walking down the aisle of classes between the desks, and this chick just comes up behind him with a fucking half a brick in her hand and smashes it into the back of his head.
You know what? I don't think that people that beat someone up for hitting a girl even really give a shit. They just use it as an excuse to attack somebody, to like gang beat somebody.
Yep. Mob mentality. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. And see, and this shit really irritates me because back in my day, you handled your business one-on-one. I mean, if you whoop my ass, fine. If you get 4 or 5 of your boys on me, I'm going to come to each one of your house later on and I'm going to stab you to death. I shouldn't have said that. That's threatening people.
Yeah, look, I think police in Australia are taking this sort of thing pretty seriously now. Bit of an epidemic here. There's a very sad case a week or two ago in Australia where a bloke killed his entire family. He was a piece of shit. But there are cases too documented where the women are the violent ones, and society still has a problem admitting that and dealing with that out in the open. There's still a great sense of shame for a man to go to the police station and go, my wife's beating the shit out of me. You know, and it's slowly changing, and hopefully it'll get better, and that equality thing that we all keep striving to get will eventually get there. But yeah, domestic violence is not good. Johnny Depp got fucking railed, and cancel culture is shit.
Somebody tip right now because I want to see if we got it working. Booleanenator's trying something. PT Ham, $1,000 tip right now.
Just to test it?
Just to test it. $1,000. Just test it. Just testing it. I'm just saying.
Well, I wanted to see if there's a difference between what vMix is doing with it and what OBS does with it. So I loaded up OBS to mirror it too and see if it's my side or Streamlabs.
I think it's Streamlabs something. I don't know what happened.
I think so too, because when I tested it, the test comes through just fine.
Yeah.
Unless I throw money at it, I can't test it otherwise.
Yeah. People are weird, man. So, anyways, let me see what's going on.
There's a high school in the Seattle area that they closed today because of coronavirus concern. Oh, shit. Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah, that was something I was going to bring up because this morning I went to the store and there's a lot of people in there talking about it, gathered around. People are starting to panic, man.
This is a test donation for $1,000.
Say the P word out loud, people fucking shit their pants. And there's a leading virologist from the Queensland University who's been saying for a week, yeah, they're just too frightened to say the P word yet. What we're cool about is here's the thing. We've got to compare it to, we'll use the Middle Eastern respiratory one as the benchmark because it had a 30% fatality rate. So 1 in 3 people that were infected fucking died. Right now, we're sitting at less than 1%. for this new one. So
Yeah.
And the second thing is that the strains that are popping up outside of China don't seem to be as strong and as virulent as the ones that started at the epicenter of it all. Just seriously, wash your fucking hands.
Yes.
Some health people are actually saying they recommend that men shave their beards just as an extra precaution because facial hair, that can all harbour. And don't be scared of fucking Asian people. Jesus Christ, we're far beyond that now. It's jumped well and truly past the people of that city, and there's Italians, there's it's in Australia, it's shit. There's people in my fucking city in our local hospital with it. There's 4. This is the best bit. These people came from China, went to Melbourne, weren't showing any symptoms, and then got on domestic flights and flew up to here, and then they started showing symptoms, so they had to backtrack and find everyone that was on that flight. No one was infected though. So yeah, it's don't panic. It's a bit worse than a cold, but yeah, we're not at the stage of oh fuck, it's a 1 in 3 fatality chance here. That's when you start going, oh okay.
PT just gave another 30, so it is Streamlabs, buddy. So yeah. So thank you, by the way, PT. Appreciate it. I said 1,000. You don't listen. There goes to prove you the black people does not listen to white people well.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, boobies are back. Guess who's back?
My
Back
kid
again.
decided to ditch school, and he forgot his keys and his cell phone, so he was out there throwing sticks at the fucking window here.
He wouldn't knock on the door.
Well, I have the headphones in, and I'm on the second floor. It's a 2-family house, but we have the whole second floor.
Yeah.
So knocking on the door, I'm not gonna fucking hear him. So he's been outside for 5 minutes chucking stones at the window.
I'm freezing my ass off.
It's cold here.
But the P word, of course, that Red I was talking about is penis.
What did I walk into?
Wow.
It's not pandemic. It's not pandemic. It's penis.
That's you got me there, boss. I've got penis on the brain.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
Can't help it. But no, it is getting. Look, you have to be careful. But also, Americans, spring and summer is right around the corner. That's going to help kind of kill it from around this area. You got to understand that. It's not going to be as bad when the heat gets here. It's not. I listened to a scientist person talk about this the other day.
What about up here? Up here, we never really get the full heat of the summer. Like, it never gets above 80 degrees. Well, I mean, maybe it has once or twice. 80 degrees is the hottest normally in the summer.
We'll be getting like 115 down here, but we be getting hot.
Yeah, and it dries up here too. Like, people think Seattle is really rainy, but during the summer, it gets really dry. All the grass turns brown and everything. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll just die up here. We already have a few confirmed cases, so.
Yeah. Well, another in my area, there's not that many travelers around, so it's a little separate, like bigger cities and stuff. There is, you do need to take precautions. Make sure you wash your fucking hands, which you should be doing.
Because we're on the northwest coast, and our airport is like the largest airport in this area. There's daily flights to Asia back and forth all day.
Well, see here, the thing about that is in my area, I live very close to Memphis, and there is an international airport there too. And so there's all kinds of Asians and stuff. And we're not picking on Asians, but that's where it kind of, started right there.
I'm picking on Asia, where it is the worst right now, and Asians happen to mostly live there. But, I'm not saying if I see an Asian, I'm going to think they have coronavirus.
I'm going to kill them.
If someone comes from Asia, they're more likely to have it than anybody else, and they're more likely to be Asian than coming from anywhere else, right?
I've been saying for years the chinks are going to kill us, and now they're doing it.
I heard something last night that it's coming from the bats that they eat.
Really? Is that where it got started?
Oh, I heard a rumor that it was engineered in a laboratory, and the people working at the laboratory to make some extra money sold the animals for meat.
They do, and there's been a guy from one of those labs that was made over $1 million apparently doing it. He's been caught. So what the deal is, they've apparently just enacted new legislation in China where they're not selling wild caught, like it's got to be farmed and butchered properly. They're going to regulate
shutting
the
down
industry.
all like the foreign meat market
Yeah,
thing,
they
like the
have
black
to.
market things.
And I'm okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like the Ebola thing in Africa. They had to shut down the bushmeat markets because that's how it was getting transmitted. So, but the scary thing is, and I've mentioned it before, it's like the symbol for the bio research lab is a fucking umbrella. And Corona is a Corona raccoon. There's all these freaky little links, and there's also Nicole on Facebook linked this Dean Coote's book, I think it was, and it talks about Wuhan, that city, that fucking research lab, a fucking disease like this fucking coming out, and the year 2020, all in this fucking fictional book. It's like, oh goddamn, oh fucking goddamn. Now, I haven't verified the text. Someone hasn't just typed up a bunch of shit and said, oh, this is from this book as a meme, but if it is accurate, it's like, I might ask that dude to read my future. Read my palm, maybe some tea leaves, and scry my future, sir, because you're pretty fucking good at this, apparently.
I don't. You guys remember the swine flu, right? The swine flu.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the amount of public fear and the amount of media coverage of the swine flu as we're getting for coronavirus, but I believe, wasn't it like a 60% mortality rate?
Mm-hmm.
Too?
I think so.
I forget.
They were saying that this one isn't as deadly as the swine flu. It's just more contagious. So I know more people died.
Also, too, the swine flu was coming out of Mexico, so you'd think here in the U.S. they would have been way more concerned about it.
All right, so swine flu in death rate low, it says here, 0.02%.
Maybe I was thinking H1N1.
H1N1, I've also got that here at Medscape. We'll quickly click on that one. Let's see, swine flu.
I think it's the same. It's the same thing.
So 1 to 4% was rough. That's the rough guesstimates. Is 1 to 4% depending on the place in the world. That's from Medscape. .com. And Reuters was the other article that says swine flu infected 1 in 5, death rate low, studies show. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the site that stated 0.02% was the death rate for swine flu. So that's a little bit higher than SARS, which was 0.01, I think.
0.0.
And look, I mean, it is bad, the coronavirus, but the media is fucking blowing this shit up too. It's scaring the piss out of people how they'll talk an hour about about this shit, and it makes people think it's a pandemic.
Okay, we got some numbers here. Apparently, World Meters says there's been 82,588 confirmed cases as of the time I clicked on this link, and only 2,814 deaths. So there you go. Mortality rate is very fucking low for this thing.
Thank you, Rod Feast, and we did, and Bulls did fix the Streamlabs, so there you go.
Thank you, Rod.
It is working out.
SARS was apparently 9.6% according to MarketWatch.com.
Oh wow!
And Forbes, yeah. So this isn't the this bad. It's just you might catch it a bit easier because it's easier to transmit, but it's got a way lower fatality rate than just about everything else that's come in the last 20 years. So do not panic yet.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying. Like the other day when that woman, doctor person, I don't know what organization she worked for, I forgot. She came out and did that press conference. She said that the chances for America to have the pandemic is very, very low. Mm-hmm. But then everybody heard her say about the precautions you need to take. Then that's all they heard. All they heard was the precautions you have to take, and now it's taking over. We're all going to die. People don't listen to the whole fucking press conference and what she really said. She said the chances are very, very low, but here are the precautions you need to take. And it's okay to take those precautions, but you can't live your life in fucking fear either.
Okay, so according to BBC, the COVID-19 virus, the death rates at world average roughly 2.3%. That's higher in Hubei province, between 2 and 4%. and it drops down to under 1% in other parts of the world. So,
Yeah, we're not going to die, guys. It's okay. Calm down.
Wow.
we're all going to fucking die, but we're not going to die
Not from
coronavirus.
Corona. That's what I'm
Yeah, maybe Corona beer.
Ooh, that would be a horrible way to go.
It would be. It's nasty.
The CDC, the only places the CDC tells you not to travel is mainland China and South Korea right
Yeah.
now.
Actually,
Yeah.
my kids at school just had, we got a call the other day. A bunch of kids just came back from a trip to Italy, and they had confirmed cases in Italy. So we got a call from the school board that said, the kids are home. They've asked that the kids that don't feel good and the staff that don't feel good stay home.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else can go to school. You're fine. But the next morning when I went to drop my kids off, there were 3 news vans in the parking lot of my kids' school. Like,
Of course it was.
and my mom calls me. I'm like, dude, they're fine. Just stop fucking freaking out.
Well, this last trip that I took, right, when I was coming through Chicago at the train station, for a whole hour they kept saying, the coronavirus is in Chicago, the coronavirus is in Chicago. And then when they finally told the article, it was one person who was in a hospital, closed off, nothing big deal, but they made such a big deal about it for an hour, and then the story was like very little of a story, and yet that's how the press works. That's how the media works. It wants people in panic because they'll keep on watching their news program.
I think it's just covering something else. They got everyone in a panic over a 1% death rate, so it's got to be covering something.
Now, we're saying all this, and in a few weeks, the goddamn world's going to be dying, and we're going to
Yeah, it'll be a mortality rate worse than the Black Death itself.
Yeah.
Oops, guys.
We kind of.
One day that's going to happen. One day, one of these viruses are going to be really fucking bad. Which the corona is bad, don't get me wrong, but
Come and look at the Hendra virus in Australia now. There's the Crawley and the Hendra virus, both from bats. And I always forget which one, but if you get one of these things and you put it next to a sample of rabies and you get scientists to come in the room and go, which one's which? Unless they specialize in that field, they'll go, don't know, because they look eerily fucking similar underneath the microscope. So, yeah, and this one jumps from bats. So we've got one now that jumps from bats to people, but also bats to dogs and bats to horses. So it can go from your bat to your horse to your dog to you. And then your pets and you are fucking ruined. And there's a 50% mortality rate to that one.
you remember when they said that AIDS thing was going to kill a lot of people? It didn't do nothing.
Gee whiz, they dropped the ball on that one, didn't they? Wait, my producer just tells me we should shut the fuck up right about now.
That AIDS was nothing. And then they talked about that fake ass Holocaust shit.
Oh, god damn. And there goes our monetization for the next 50 years.
Shabisky's a bitch. That's all I want to say for not showing up today.
He drinks Corona beer, doesn't he?
He does.
All the time.
That's a big tell, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big tell. It's like, isn't that like America's version of Foster's?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's horse piss.
It's piss. You have to stick a lime in it to make it even fucking.
I was about to say, to make it consumable, you've got to mask the flavor of the piss with some really strong citrus.
Yeah,
that's what I usually do. That space that's in the bottle after you pop the top off, fill that space up with Bacardi Limon or any other type of lemon flavored vodka, and then put your thumb on it and hold it upside down to, swirl it up in there. And then you got a shot in a beer and it tastes better.
No, here's what you do. You get the Corona and you do what you said without putting anything in it, and then remove your thumb and let it all pour out. Drop the bottle on the ground and let it fucking smash and go and buy a proper fucking drink.
Well, obviously, but I'm saying, like, if you had to drink Corona and that was your option, your only fucking option, but you had some sort of citrus flavored vodka, fill the fucking space up, and you got a shot in a beer, and you get drunk off a 6-pack, and it tastes better.
Just drink the citrus flavored vodka and
you guys just fucking trust me for one.
Why ruin?
Why are you being racist?
Don't ruin the citrus flavored vodka by putting it with a fucking Corona. That's the simplest solution that I can see in this whole conundrum.
So what you're trying to say is, if you drank Corona, you're a racist.
Basically.
That's exactly what I was alluding to without actually trying to fucking say it.
Yeah.
Well
I got
played, boss. Well played.
I feel you, man. So if you drink Corona, you're Ku Klux Klan people.
Yes. Or you're a member of what's the other guys at the opposite end of the scale, that G-Man likes to yell at? No, not the black. The black Hebrew Israelites.
Israelites, yeah. The
Yes.
Israelites. Those fuckers are crazy too, dude.
Yeah.
Those are some crazy sons of bitches. But I tell you what, I will give G-Man this much credit. That boy got balls. Because he'll walk up to them and right up in their face and shit. And them some violent fuckers, man. You know, somebody the other night on tap, we were doing tap, and somebody was trying to insult me, and they said I was from the KKK. From the KKK, not a part of the KKK. It's like it was its own country, so I created a thing called Ku Klux Canada, and I'm Ku Klux Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm
Canada.
Yeah. I'm Ku Klux Canadian, so there you go.
Yeah, look, people over here drink Corona, Pepita. I'm just fucking around, man. It's like, if you like Corona, please feel free to drink it. Do you really give a shit what I've got to say? I think not. So
I like how Red Eye says his name for Peter.
Peter.
Peter. Just call him Porky Boy.
Shabisky calls Pepita Pepinas, so.
Pepinas, Peter.
Peter. Rich. Okay, by the way, we're in the second hour. What do we do in the second hour, Missy?
We e-demand.
That's right. We e-demand. And what that means is I tell you to give me money and you do it. Also, in the description below, Missy has a Patreon. Please throw her a few bucks for the work she does on the show. My wonderful producer, man. My wonderful producer, man, has a stream, a Patreon as well. Sorry. And please give him a few bucks for the work he does here and many other shows. We'd appreciate it very much. And of course, I've got Patreon, Streamlabs, and PayPal. If you want to throw me a few bucks, I'd appreciate it very much. And so, yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Tommy, no refunds.
Yeah, no refunds, Thomas. Young Thomas, who's in love with Shani, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Shani, Tommy, and Shabisky, they've been talking a lot lately, man. They've been hanging out, doing things. I think they're all buddies. And now I just noticed, by the way, I just got a notification that Shani subscribed to my channel.
Aww.
So
that's
I appreciate
sweet of you, Shani, girl.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just don't send me no more ass videos, please. That's all I'm asking you. I don't want to see that, Shani. I don't have an issue with you. I've never had an issue with you. But I don't want to see that shit.
You want her to sit on your face.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I'd murder everybody here if I had to do that. I swear. There wouldn't be no witnesses.
Yeah, besides Shabby's in love with her.
Yeah,
he's what I
Shabby
think.
and Shani.
She could sit on both of your faces at the same time.
Ooh, now that's kinky.
That's sexy.
That's kind of hot. Whoa.
I'm an innocent character. I'm not a pervy guy. I don't ever talk about sex or anything, so I don't appreciate that. I don't insult anybody ever. I'm a nice person.
What?
I don't say anything controversial, but please keep your fat nasty ass off of me.
Hey, no. What Pimp really means is that he wants you to send him and Shab some really, really hot pics. Yes. Dexter.
I thought he was talking to Red Eye too. Don't you dare lay down, Dexter.
I'm so happy right now.
Is that like his pet name?
That's.
Wait, y'all can hear me still after I mute my mic?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought it was muted. Sorry.
Lay down, Dexter.
That was funny. Because Red Eye was talking about that Shani shit, and you said, "Don't you dare!" I was like, "Yeah."
It's even funnier that the audience probably didn't hear me at all. So.
Anyway,
that was pretty cool.
Tommy wants to see my ass. Okay, Tommy, I'll show you a picture of my ass.
Make the show. My mole-covered goddess Shani has clapping her mud flaps in my face all morning.
That's why he canceled.
That's why he canceled. He's got his face deep into the shanty hole.
Oh, yeah.
That was the real Shabisky, too, by the way. The real
I know.
Shabisky.
Yeah.
Yep. That was
When's Egghead going to come in here and say the same shit?
Yeah, Egghead needs to be here.
Egghead,
Come on, guys.
now is the time to make your power play for Shani's love. Let's do this.
Oh, that's what we should do. We should have Egghead and Shabisky battle for the love of Shani. And throw Rev in there also. Rev will kick the ass, I believe. Rev's violent.
All comers. It's like, if you want to vie for Shani's love, we're going to have a show, and we have all of the suitors on a live stream. It'll be fucking awesome, and you can just battle amongst yourselves to see who wins the heart of the goddess Shani. Oh, yeah. We're going to do this.
Well, I'll do a pay-per-view, man.
Did you see what I did there, Ben? Hey?
Yeah, all comers.
All comers. Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't. Man.
That was shit. Oh, God.
No, not that. It's just I got another image of her ass again. That is burnt into my skull, and I just can't get it out.
And more
It's like
pics.
my brain wants to vomit.
He wants 4K high def video, 3D.
And I didn't even know that there was sound. I thought it was just a GIF, but then Missy said there was sound, and then I listened to it, and you can hear Rev go, "Oh, damn!" I'm like, "Oh."
And then he said something about clapping cheeks.
Yeah, clapping the cheeks.
Clapping.
It made it worse. I honestly thought I was being trolled. I didn't even know it was the real Shani. I have never talked to her ever. And then all of a sudden she said that. I was like, I didn't think that was really her. And then everybody was like, yeah, that's really her. And I was like, fuck.
Ooh, you lucky man.
I am not lucky at all. I feel very unlucky. I actually want to cut my veins open and bleed to death after seeing that. I would rather die than put my face on that. And I've been with some nasty women. Every ass is like that in Mississippi. I've been through the state. Are you importing women? Yeah. Every woman that's fat is in Mississippi. There's some good-looking women here, though, especially them black girls.
There's a young lady that works at one of the local stores that Pimp does not mind looking at.
Yeah, there's a beautiful young lady who I've been talking to a little bit, and of course she is a chocolate lady because Pimpy love them chocolate ladies. I love the Negro.
No comment.
I'm gonna get me a house one. I need to stop.
Oh, boss,
That's racist.
you're fired. You are so fired.
But no, I don't know how that. I guess how I got started because of course, the neighborhood I grew up, all my friends were black, and all the girls I hung out with were black girls, and that's just kind of how I became into black. But now my ex-wife was white, so there you go. What?
So do you like what you like?
I mean, I've been with Caucasian chicks. Caucasian chicks are fine. All women are good until they start talking.
It's true.
Once words come out of their mouth, man, it's just I do love the black people. And I've got black card. P.T. Ham gave me a black card. Hannibal gave me a black card.
Oh, Tommy, fucking gold. Stay with your own race. Please do not ruin the beautiful black race.
Tommy's he's from Ku Klux Klanada, I'm telling you.
Oh, Tommy.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klanada.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Because that dude said I was from the KKK, and I'm like, well, the KKK is not a fucking country, you fucking idiot. And then I went off on this whole Ku Klux Klanada thing. Yeah,
Ku Klux Klanada.
I'm Ku Klux Canadian. Oh, Canada, where we hang black people from trees. Oh, Canada.
Oh my God.
And this is a message from the management to disavow
clean.
the boss's comments.
I knew the disavow was coming at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, we disavow so strongly that the word disavow is now a 4-story tall neon sign blinking on and off. Bleep, bleep. Disavow. 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 And then it flashes really disavow. Then everyone has an epileptic fit and forgets it happened.
We live in dark
Sort of.
times, man. So now we do have a Friday show, by the way, tomorrow because it was paid for. And then next week we do have a Friday show that Pimp Isha will be hosting because it was paid for. So yeah, Pimp Isha will be here next. And if we make, and Shabisky said, he did say this yesterday, if we make like what did he say, 200, that he would do Shibisky.
What?
He's gonna do Shibisky, he said.
What?
What?
That's
Yeah,
the name
what?
he came up with for his
So,
woman
yeah.
character.
So we made 66 today. We've made $66 so far. So if we make the rest of it, he'll do Shibisky. Yeah, I think we need to change the name. Shibisky is just it sounds like a fucking racehorse.
Yeah,
It sounds like Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't we
Well,
call him
it's-
Shill? No, Scam Bisky. We were calling him
Bisky, yeah.
Scam.
We was calling him
Yeah.
Scam Bisky last night, yeah. Because he charges people to become mods.
How about Shabitchi?
Shabitsky, yeah, Shabitsky's a good one.
What about Skank Bisky?
Gank Bisky? That's good. Yeah. Skank Bisky.
Skank Bisky. I like it, but hey, it's all good. Just a suggestion.
Let me see. Oh yeah, so I was going to read an article here. Michigan man stabbed with samurai sword after not buying pot for partner, report says.
Did they have a samurai sword laying around?
Yeah, everybody should have one, man, because guns are not that reliable these days. A Michigan man was attacked by his samurai sword wielding partner last month after he allegedly didn't buy marijuana for the suspect. According to a report on Wednesday, Neil Patrick, oh God, this last name.
Harris?
What? Neil Patrick Harris? Wozniacki, I can't say the fucking name, was hit with various assault charges on January 18, 2 days after allegedly punching the victim's ribcage and stabbing him with a 21-inch sword inside the suspect's apartment.
Okay.
Still armed with a bloody sword, he was chased the 23-year-old victim into the parking lot before they both took refuge in their separate apartments, the victim said, according to MLive. So they keep saying partner. Are they talking about like gay partners here?
Maybe.
That's usually what they mean when they say partner, I believe.
This is what Michigan's like, by the way. This is Michigan. It's fucking Mad Max Thunderdome all the way. It's basically a third world.
So there's
It's a
strung out,
third world state.
there's strung out gay samurais running around fucking going ape shit when they don't get their fucking stash, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking anime show. I kind of want to move there at this point.
boo.
Move
Tori
before they build the
Hanzo.
wall.
Tori Hanzo's got a brand new market over there now. Just saying, Kill Bill was, the top of their game, but now they got Michigan.
Uh-oh.
Gonna give it a run for its money.
Shabisky from the Bronx.
Yeah, there's a terrible transporter accent. There's been okay. It's not. That's fucked up. Shabisky from the Bronx. I know who that is. That's got to be Right Feast. He changes his names to everybody. He needs to do a PT Sham and piss PTM off again.
Whatever. This is Shabisky from the Bronx. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, but everybody ought to know that Thomas from Kentucky is not really from the Bronx. The Tommy from the Bronx character it's a character. His real name is Thomas McLean and he's from Kentucky.
Oh, come on. Next thing you're going to tell me is that Rachel Sonata is not a 14-year-old girl that likes to watch the Pimpmunk
Red Eye
show.
doesn't know about this. Red Eye.
Oh.
The Sonata thing, Rachel, her mom, and all that catfish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
I was
catfish.
trying to tell all of you guys. I was telling all of you guys that she was.
They weren't real. There were real people acting like all this.
She put off total troll vibes.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy, man. I mean, we all felt bad when the woman was supposed to die and all that shit. It wasn't nothing.
Dude, I banned her.
Well,
I banned her from my Discord like immediately. I'm like, oh, this person's here for Jared-related drama, and she says she's a minor. Banned. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they fucking well played.
They
never-
Yeah,
fucked.
she fooled everybody.
They didn't
I mean,
they donated to you, and they kind of just took part in the community for a while. They never shit-stirred or anything. They were kind of just
No,
cool
they
in our
just kinda
chat.
hung
They
out.
were-
It was weird.
Well, here's the thing. It was one of the people that catfish Jared, and I used to see them in Jared's chat all the time too, like trying to bait Jared all the time and giving money there too. So that was part of it. And then another part of it was she kind of materialized after someone else vanished. There was another person that used to hang around called Shaka that I also knew was a catfish and got their channel reported because they were. And then this other person, Rachel Sonata, just popped up immediately after that person vanished.
Well, see,
So
she also. Yeah, go
Whose
ahead.
music were they stealing and putting on their channel as their own then?
Some
Actual-
little girl. Some girl who's
Right.
actually good at it.
right,
Because whoever that young girl was playing guitar is
Very
fucking really
talented.
good.
Yeah.
And-
it's probably just out there somewhere.
And whoever the music was from, whoever was pretending to be the mum, that was also really good. I'll watch
Yeah,
a bunch of it.
she was playing a mom character in my chat room, and then she
Well, it
told
was
us
both. It was
Yeah.
the two of them.
Yeah, she told
What
us
is
she
the
had a chance.
diagnosis of someone who does that? I'd love to know.
Fantastic fucking actor.
Yeah.
Really
'cause
good character
I bought
actors.
into it. I really did buy into
Well,
it. I'm not gonna lie, but they
but
gave
maybe-
me a lot of money, so
Yeah, maybe good character writers because they created a bunch of characters by the sound. Look, you've seen more into the pattern, so well played, and you did call it months ago, so tip at the hat. We got pwned and well played to the person doing the fake. Don't know what your end game was because you kind of donated a bunch of money, which we really appreciate, and
Yeah,
it didn't do any harm. So
Right.
it was just a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
More power to you if you continue on your current path of not interfering and fucking with people. If you're just out there to create characters and
Yeah.
spin a yarn and do no harm.
I think there was a point to it. I think they were trying to get people to say things in private messages and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah,
Oh,
because in
probably,
chat,
more than
she'd be
likely.
in Shab's chat, and she would get really sexual. Like the
Oh.
things that she would say, like I literally had to tell her, like, dude, like you tell us you're a minor, like please don't say this kind of stuff to me. Like I'm not okay with this. Like don't talk to me like this. Like because she would say things to everybody. She would
Now,
just,
see, I never got into any kind of conversations like that with.
Yeah.
So I'm completely,
it'd be random. She would randomly say it in the chat.
yeah. But yeah, like I said, they did
How
do it. They did
weird.
do me no harm. It was weird. It was very weird how they did that.
Well,
And
Cole,
but
what if they were using the mum's death as an angle to maybe try and grab some money there through sympathy, like, oh, I need to raise, but they never tried to do
they
that.
never
We never
tried
got,
that.
I never saw a link saying, please
I
give
think
money
they
to help
use that
my
to
mum's
get people
funeral.
to message them privately.
And
Like,
some
"Oh,
people
you're
just have
okay."
issues.
It's fucking weird, that's for
It
sure.
is
Give
But
her attention.
It is weird. It is weird.
again, Ben called this fucking months ago, and
He
we all
did.
went,
He did call
nah. We were all like,
Yeah.
nah, Ben. Nah,
He was the only one that
there
saw it.
was one time I was streaming with Pimpmunk and Shabisky, and they were in the chat, and I was like, "Hey, Rachel, if you're real, I want to see you make a video saying hello to Shabisky and Pimpmunk.
Mhm.
If you're real," and it never happened because I knew it was fake as fuck. Because she was like catfishing Jared Genesis and getting involved in all that, and I'm like, this person's just looking to nail somebody.
If I'd have seen that, I would have caught on. See, I never watched none of this shit, so I never knew that was happening. If I'd have
Yeah.
seen that, I would have caught on to it. But I didn't know that was happening. I didn't even know none of this was going on. But then I found out. I was like, well, fuck, dude.
Wow.
It really it kind of pisses me off because a lot of people got hurt by they thought that person really died and they all was sad and
Yep.
shit. And so that was
That's
kind of
manipulative.
shitty. That's a very
Yeah.
manipulative, shitty
Yeah.
thing to do to people.
I'll agree
Yes.
that's a bit sad to do, and I admit that I was like, oh, I got quite bummed out. It's like, oh, I died of cancer like my mum. That's really sad. But
Mm.
again, didn't try and raise any funds, didn't try and
No.
pull a fast one. It was just an emotional manipulation with that, which is a bit shitty. But on the level of on the level of
Oh, it's
shitty
been
things
much
I've seen
worse.
done on the internet, I've seen far worse fucking things done.
Yeah,
So
much, much worse.
again, to the person that's doing that, well played. You are a very good character actor / actress and a good writer. Created a couple of characters that we believe. Well, I
But
believed
the
anyway.
but now them stealing somebody else's identity is bad too.
Yeah, that does.
Well,
Cool.
that was I'm almost positive it was the same person doing this. So there originally was someone named Shaka.
Yeah.
And the person made the mistake of using that name because it was the actual person's name. So I did some digging and found the real Shaka, and I said, "Hey, is this actually your YouTube channel? Because someone's pretending to be you." And they were like, "Nope," and I'm gonna go ahead and report it and get all my. It was someone who was like somewhat popular too as a musician, like an underground. So they got all their people to report that account, and that account was gone within 24 hours.
This is how I know it's the same person, because Shaka showed up as Rachel Sonata's caretaker. She was supposed to be ready. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. She came into my chat room a couple times, but I seen her in Shab's channel too. So Shaka was supposed to be like Rachel's mom's best friend or something like that. And then when Rachel's mom died,
I never knew that she had anything to do with Rachel though.
So that's how I know it's the same person.
But now that you mention it, I never saw Shaka and Rachel in the chat at the same time.
Right.
Oh, no, I actually did in my chat.
And then Shaka's account got deleted at one point. It was just gone.
I did see him in the chat room at the same time, but it's easy to do that. That's easy to be, type in one character and then go to another and type. It's easy to do that.
2 browsers is all you need.
Yeah, 2 browsers. Yeah, it's really easy to do that. So yeah, it's when you told me that, I was like, then I started putting everything together. Because now, honestly, I did have a little bit of doubts when Rachel's mom was supposed to die. I swear I did not say nothing publicly or anything because I didn't want to like say, oh, this person's fake and death and stuff like that. But I did have a little bit of that. But then I got to believing it again because when her daughter started coming around, I was like, okay, maybe but then I got suckered. I got suckered a little bit, but I didn't get hurt in any way.
But didn't it happen like within a week? Like she said that her mom had cancer and then like a week later her mom was dead.
Her mom was, her mom came on here and told me she had cancer in my chat room, and then a week later she died. Which that is possible now.
Yeah, it is. It's true.
Because my grandfather died like 2 or 3 weeks after he was diagnosed with cancer. So, yeah, I mean, it's possible, but, I don't know what their end game was. I really don't. But
it's mind-blowing.
But Ben called them out, and they stopped coming around.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you knew also that it was true, because when Ben said, hey, do this video, they stopped coming around.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one way to get people when you think they're catfishing. Send me because I've done that. I've had because there's that one troll that I had, stalker troll that I called him. He used to tweet me, send me messages on Twitter or Facebook as these females, and I'm like, okay, well, write your name on your arm and poke it up and show me, write my name on your arm, or make a video saying Pimpmunk. They would never do it. That's how you get them. Because you gotta be careful, especially if you're like in the public eye in any way. You've got to be careful of these people because they will try to fuck you over. And like I said, I don't know these people's end game. I don't know what they were trying to pull or prove or whatever. And I'm not hating on them because they never did nothing wrong to me, but it's just weird.
Right.
It is. It's weird. It's very weird.
I think Red Eye's a cat.
Probably.
I think Red Eye's real name is Charles, and he's actually from Memphis, Tennessee.
Maybe.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I mean, crikey. Bloody hell. What was that? What?
You gave it away,
That's
bro.
not a knife.
This is a knife. Oh, dude.
I've seen you've played Knifey Spoony before.
Dude, but that scene every time. Now, see, when people say that's not a knife, I don't think of Crocodile Dundee anymore. I think of Wolf Creek.
I still think of the Simpsons episode where he says, that scene where he says, I've seen you played Knifey Spoony before. It's like fucking, and the word chuzwazza. It's like, it's the most Australian sounding word ever. And it's like, a fucking American made it up. It's like, bravo, well played. And you outdid Australia by being more Australian than Australians by inventing the word chuzwazza. It's like,
yeah. Well, it's like the South, right? Everybody thinks we say shit like, that's hotter than a rooster on a tin roof. I ain't never said shit like that.
That's like something Egghead would say.
Yeah, it's hotter than a rooster on a tin. It does sound like Egghead. Dude, I love Egghead, though.
Well, Egghead's dad is into cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
And you can tell because a lot of the things Egghead says sounds like something a cowboy would say. That's smart.
That's smart. That's smart. He's supposed to be coming to VidCon this year.
Wow.
I asked him, is he going to stay longer than 15 minutes? He got pissed off when I said that because he literally came to the DP meetup, man. From Texas to New Orleans, took a flight, had people pay for his flight, showed up to the meetup, and stayed like 15 or 20 minutes and left.
Yeah, that's a legendary story. Man, Egghead, he's an interesting guy. He's an interesting guy. What can you say?
Yeah. He said he was nervous. I understand that if he was real nervous.
I don't know anyone who has a shorter fuse than Egghead too.
He loses. Man, I remember one night he rage quit on me and you on tap. You remember that?
Oh, he's done that a bunch of times.
He started screaming at me and Ben, God damn it! And just fucking hung up on us. We started laughing our asses off. We thought it was funny. But we wasn't trying to get him to rage quit, but yeah. It's funny. A heart problem, says PT Ham. What do you mean heart problems?
He does have heart problems. Egghead has like a heart.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He does have heart problems.
Yeah.
I like Egghead. I think he of course he does do cringy shit, but he's owned that shit, man. He's fucking owned his cringe. And, it's like when y'all do the fucking cringe championship thing, he owned that shit for a while. But
he lost it the last. So he lost it on the last one that we did. And when he was in the process of losing, a few people were talking shit to him and he freaked out and told he told a bunch of people to kill themselves and stuff. And then because he was doing that, people who voted for him took their vote away from him and voted for somebody else because he turned he did a heel turn basically.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not nice to say. Like, regardless of anything, you shouldn't tell people to kill themselves.
Why?
It's just not nice.
I've told Red Eye that before.
Yeah.
I mean, like a joke, in jest, whatever.
Who the fuck was joking?
In anger.
You're a big internet bully, Pimp.
I am an internet bully.
He wanted those people to get coronavirus. Yeah, he did say that. Get coronavirus. At least it's a topical insult. He's not saying get the bubonic plague or something, right?
It's true. Could have wished worse upon them.
The bubonic plague is cool though, because it had a good name, bubonic.
Bubonic.
It's fun to say.
Bubonic plague.
It was spread by fleas, right?
Yeah, hooked on bubonics.
Works for me.
Yeah, hell yeah. Rod Feast is scared of PT Ham. Did you know that, Missy?
Seems fair.
Because when PT Ham's not here, he'll be popping up with little tips saying PT Sham and all that stuff. But he's too scared to do it now.
Yes.
Ah, yes. The Black Death, you actually have places in America where if you go into the forest and meet certain little forest critters, they may actually be able to infect you with the fucking plague.
Yeah. When I lived in New Mexico, every few years, a few people would come down with plague.
Oh, God.
Well,
really?
the Black Death here it's just Compton, California.
And it originated in Asia, I do believe, on its aardvarks were the natural where it started. And the fleas, armadillos. Sorry. There you go. Someone in chat corrected me. So it was armadillos in the Asia region.
Okay.
They somehow, fleas from bit those, got in and carried it around and started traveling around the world on the backs of rats, and they were transported around by ships.
Wow.
And that's how that...
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that people still get it.
Did I ever tell you my armadillo story?
No.
I was walking one time when I was like 16. I was about to walk over the Tallahatchie Bridge in New Albany, Mississippi. It's a famous bridge around my area.
Okay.
I was about to walk over, and there was an armadillo there on its back. I thought it was dead. So I walk over and I kick it. And when I did it, it rolled over and that motherfucker came after me. It started hissing and going and started coming after me and run. And my fat ass run across the bridge like, oh, God. And now armadillo tried to eat me alive.
They play dead.
Armadillos, I think, up here. I've never seen an armadillo.
Well, do they have them? I don't think they have them around here.
No, they don't have them in the north. They're a southern thing.
Yeah, we have a lot of them around here.
Like we barely have lizards up here.
Dude, I was taking the shit in the woods one time and a wild boar came up.
Really?
Yes,
They'll get you too.
They'll eat your ass up. I was taking the shit in the woods, and it didn't come after me. It just sat there and stared at me.
Probably wondering what the fuck you were doing shitting in the woods.
Yeah, and I heard it snort, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Extra shit started coming out.
Dude, one time I ate sausage made from a wild boar, and it was one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten in my life. No, it was so good. And the guy who killed it and turned it into sausage showed me the picture of when he shot it, of like the boar. He's like, "Yeah, I literally just made this. I made it myself." I was like, "Wow." I thought it was just regular sausage at first, and then I ate. I'm like, "Whoa! I've never tasted anything like this." It was that good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't normally like a lot of wild meat because it just tastes gamey.
I don't know if I've eaten boar.
I've eaten boar. It's been a long time though.
It was really
My
good.
stepdad goes to a game dinner. He goes hunting with my brother all the time.
I ate a
So
part of it.
like, I've had bear.
Have you ever had elk?
I don't think it's moose. I don't know
I've
if that's
eaten
the same thing.
I've eaten a kangaroo before.
Really?
Actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was when I lived in Albuquerque. There was this burger restaurant that they sold themselves on exotic burgers. So they had kangaroo and yak and types of meat you wouldn't normally find.
Yeah.
What was kangaroo like?
It was like I don't know, like it was salty for me, but maybe it was too over salted or something. Who knows? Kind of tender.
I've never had Red Eyes had it, of course.
Yeah,
Kangaroo meat something you eat often? I didn't know people ate kangaroo.
Yeah, when cooked right, it's good.
I think goat.
Yeah, goat's just like lamb. If you would, well, here's how I know that. We used to have a slaughter yard, and we had most of the normal animals, but we had Angora goats, and one of them was a troublemaker, so it got slaughtered, and it was served up as lamb. My dad played a practical joke on us, and then after dinner, he's gone, "What did you think of the lamb, everybody?" And we all went, "Yeah, it was pretty good." And then Dad went, "Yeah, that was goat." And my grandmother was not too happy with my dad. And I was pretty fucking upset because it turned out the goat that was slaughtered was the one that was a bit of a cheesy fucking run amok.
My goat
was my pet.
Yeah.
really was
Yeah. I didn't like my dad for a couple of years after that. We didn't get along too well. It's like he'd go, "Hey son," I go, "Fuck off."
Well,
Yeah, I mean, feeding your kid their pet as a joke is kind of fucked up. It's kind of
my dad was a bit of a fucking unit at times. He was, yeah, he had a very twisted sense of fucking humor. He thought it was funny.
In Canada, that happened to. He came home from school and he went looking for his pet cow, and he couldn't find it. So he asked his dad where the cow was, and his dad was like, "Oh, it's in the barn." So he went down to go see it, and it was strung up with his guts like all over the floor, hanging from like one hook on its leg.
Oh.
So
we're gonna end like 20 minutes early today. We're gonna go about 6 more minutes, and we're gonna end the show. And that's because Ben's pissing me off.
I am?
Yeah, you've been a smart ass. Not really. You got a show tonight too, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Who you got guests?
I don't know if we have any tonight. I had to move some around to different days. The guests we had booked tonight, we just said
I may pop on then if you ain't got none. I may pop on.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. People love the Pimpy when he's on DP. Yes, they do.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Any.
You what, buddy?
You're on.
Pepita Ham donated $1. 311 was an inside job. Pepita Ham. So he's coming after you now. I know that's right, Feast. He ain't scared of you no more, PT. Yes, that was right, Feast. I was making sure.
Okay.
Pepita ham.
Just been doing a bit of reading. Believe it or not, they think the Black Death started out in Asia was a fucking gerbil. So
Really?
what in that region it was what they call it was.
So Richard Gere started it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of frightening. So that's how it jumped from one species to the next. It was, in fact, those rodents carried it, and it jumped to fleas, to rats and other things as well. Fucking interesting stuff.
It is. It was bad too.
And it's they've even they've got it down to such a fine art that when it appears in different parts of the world, it mutates slightly, and they've got a genome for it now, so they can actually track where it's fucking. Yersinia pestis is the bacterium.
There you go, Ben. Jeff Holiday said you should have me and Pimp on.
Okay, I'll do it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jeff Holiday, who I publicly want to apologize to Jeff again because I told him Wednesday, I meant Thursday for him to be on the show. I was going to bring him and Ben on at the same time.
Raw fees keep donating.
Right, fees keep donating, said PT Ham. He gave 10. Keep donating. Every time you donate, he donates. But I got the bookings fucked up, so Jeff couldn't make it today. But he'll be on here next week, and then I guess me and him's gonna be on DP tonight. We're gonna butt rape Ben.
Oh, damn.
Kinky. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Oh,
Sounds kind of hot.
dude, I think Ben needs to go to VidCon this year. What I think.
We'll see.
I think you need to go.
He seemed really enthusiastic then.
Yeah.
Well, it does cost and everything, and Ben's homeless. And,
Oh,
I
come
mean,
on.
it looks like he's got a nice place there, but that's just a cardboard box with shield.
That's a backdrop in an alley somewhere, is it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's like at a Chinese restaurant. He's got.
Come on. Let's get Ben off the street, everybody. Donate now. Come on. Jesus fucking Christ.
Did you hear that Jeff Holiday docks people, Ben?
I heard about that.
Yeah, that's why they call him Doc's Holiday.
Is that why they call him that?
Yeah, that's why they call him Doc's Holiday because he likes to dox people. He's like the mundane Matt of the internet.
Jeff's a sweet boy.
Rodney
He didn't do nothing.
Whitaker.
Rodney Whitaker. Dude, that is. Have you ever seen that Red Eye? Mundane Matt did a character years ago called Rodney's World.
I've seen
And it was
the
and
polar
nobody
bear.
gets the point. Nobody got the fucking point of it. There was no point. There was no jokes. It was just weird. He was talking. He was talking like I don't know what he was trying to do.
He had big
Rodney's
dreams.
Welcome to Rodney's World.
Yeah.
I like Matt, but he is so sensitive, and I pissed him off so much last year. And I'm the type of motherfucker. If you show me that weakness, I'm like a goddamn mad animal. I'm gonna jump on it. and I'm not doing. I guess I am mean.
Well, you know,
Oh.
he kind of did some stuff that kind of upset a bunch of people, and then he kind of sat there lying to them straight to their fucking faces while live on a live stream for it. So it's kind of that I can understand why people are a bit apprehensive about a man who likes to collect boulders.
I think by now people should be over it. Like it's not like he committed an atrocity against humanity. But you know, he
fucked up.
It was a fairly extended campaign of tactical fuckery, though. It's like every time he'd get Google alerts where his name was mentioned somewhere, and if he didn't like what he saw, he'd fuck with that person.
Was that actually proven?
I don't know for sure, but a lot of people say that though. But that
People
don't mean
say
it's
that,
true.
but I've just learned to be very skeptical of whatever people are saying.
Well, the evidence provided on that stream was he managed to pop up really quickly after certain posts were made, incredibly quickly. Like he either had someone had it, and was letting him know, or he had it set up himself. If he wants to make a full confession one day, I'm sure the internet would love to hear the story. Because
I think he made an apology. He made an apology video,
a very half-assed one that he kind of half-assed retracted a bit later on.
Yeah, that's true. And the only thing about it is, I will say that he talked about it at VidCon to me about it, and then apparently he did it He did it again right after VidCon. So,
I rest my face, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's like, look, again, on the scale of fuckery on the internet, he's a 0.1. But
Yeah, he's not.
lest,
I mean,
lest we forget, because once bitten, twice shy, and if he's
And
there's
I like
potential
Matt.
for him. Yeah, look again, not a horrible bloke, but when you go around fucking with other people's fucking channels, it's kind of makes me not want to watch your stuff, mate. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
So I kind of don't.
Yeah, I get it. And like I said, I like Matt. Now he is a little sensitive. Like when I was making jokes about the bullfrog thing, I don't think he liked it too much. But
I just want to announce that I did not bring up the subject of Mundane Mad just in case he gets mad at me for this.
yeah, he doesn't care for Ben too well. He pretty much told me that he didn't care for Ben. Too.
I have no idea. Who
And
this
I'm here
guy
like
is.
defending him if anyone's noticing.
Well, just don't want to make it clear that Missy's the one that talks shit about Mundane Matt, not none of
Yeah,
us.
all the time.
And Jeff Holiday doxed him just now.
Jesus Christ, Jeff. Really?
Yeah,
No, I'm
well,
just
I
kidding.
doxed him. I said Rodney Whitaker.
Yeah.
What? Oops. Oh, no.
But by the way, Jeff's in the chat room. He doxed 3 people just now.
That's what he said.
But I love Jeff. Jeff's. I don't like his new hair, but I love him.
Yeah, and Jeff may have brought up a good point that people that may have done worse things to others.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That is
you
true.
know, yeah, that's kind of a fair point to bring up, Jeff. Yeah, I'll have to tip of the
Great
hat.
point. Yeah, absolute great point. I mean, because a lot of people do that, though. A lot of people that you've known that's done way worse. Like when Jacqueline Glenn did the plagiarizing thing, right? I've seen some people coming out her that I've seen do way worse than what she did.
Sure.
And what she did was wrong, but it doesn't make what she did not bad. But you can't really sit here and talk shit about her when you've done way fucking worse. And it's
Well,
just-
how about this? What kind of world do we live in where we could take someone as bad and disgusting as Onision, and then the movement against him becomes more disgusting than he is in many ways?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I kind
Yeah.
of get where you're coming from. Like here's where I'm at with that sort of thing. Let the FBI do their investigation. They're investigating. They're having a look at all of the stuff, and they're going to see if there's anything that they can take to a prosecutor's office, and then the prosecutor will go, yes, I think I can get that past muster and get some charges that a judge would agree to. Let's do
The
this.
FBI has had most of this stuff for a very long time already.
Okay.
And Chris Hansen, people are starting to come around about Chris Hansen. Rat-a-tat-tat. People are starting to come around on Chris Hansen. Now when Chris Hansen posts on Twitter that he's releasing a new video talking to someone who never knew Onision, or someone who ran Onision's forums 5 years ago, or a repeat of the same people who knew Onision, I'm starting to see people be like, how much longer is this going to be drawn out? Like, it really seems like you're just keeping this going on as long as possible.
Yeah, that's true.
Could it be that
Chris
they're
Hansen's a
making
drama
money?
YouTuber, and he's one-dimensional. That's the worst thing about him. He only has one thing that he talks about, you know?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Rebzion.
Repsilon's trying to diversify. Chris Hansen's not even trying at this point.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks I hate Rebzion. I don't hate him. I think his girlfriend's a bitch.
I like Repsion. My only problem with Repsion was the fact that his channel for like 2 years straight has been nothing but Onision's like press, basically. And it's like I got tired of it.
Yeah, I can see lately he's been trying to do a different thing here and there.
That's good.
Yeah. You can go and see. He's made videos about other people and other subjects. I mean, the one guy that we had on our show, Stevie Wolf, he's been doing Onision shit for like a decade now, almost. And you can go to his channel. Nothing against him. We had him on DP, and Jeff was there, and we all buried the hatchet and got along. But so this isn't necessarily a slight on him. This shit's popular. It's such a popular subject. So when you go to his channel, you'll see if he makes a video about Onision, it'll get 100,000 or more views. But he makes a video with his normal content, and it gets 5,000 maybe, or maybe even less than that.
All you have to do is put his name in the title, and you get.
Yeah. My biggest problem with Rebzion on it though was like remember when Joey Sparkles came out and did all those videos on Onision, and then Rebzion went after her, said you're obsessed and all that, and then he did the same fucking thing.
Here's the messed up thing. Before Chris Hansen got involved, Onision was getting like 2,000 views a video. He wasn't making shit for money off of that, and he wasn't getting the attention he thrives on, which is more valuable than money to him.
Mhm.
And then Chris Hansen started doing it, and then Onision started making those like freak out videos, you know. And then his videos started getting hundreds of thousands of views again, making him money on YouTube and getting all the attention. So in a way, the Hansen thing helped Onision.
It did. It really did. And he's
So freak out videos. Everyone wanted to see him just acting like a complete, utter nutcase.
Funny you mentioned that. Let's go and have a look at Onision Speaks channel. Yesterday's video already has 68,000 views. The one before that, 41,000 views. Now, Ben, you just mentioned some view counts earlier, 3,000 before. Yeah. Everyone's given this guy exactly what he wants. He is milking this fucking shit. The freak out videos obviously weren't fucking real. He saw a really good opportunity to fucking get in the limelight, and he fucking nailed it. So as a tactical player, I think Onision's winning this fucking game of chess right now, because I don't see him, like Ben said, I don't see him being arrested anytime soon. If the FBI have had this info for a long time, they probably would have grabbed him if there was a kid in danger or anything like that.
well, they can't prove it. There's not no solid proof that he done it. But there, and I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this right here. We appreciate all the people watching, liking, tipping, sharing, all that good shit. Appreciate you, Ben, for joining us today, buddy. Sure. And of course, Red Eye, we appreciate you. And I appreciate Missy and Booleanenator. We don't appreciate Shabisky for standing us up today. No. We hate him for that. He should die.
Poop biscuit.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Missy's got big boobies.
Stop.